how's it going? I gave myself 30 days to launch an app that I've been working on for a year. First things first, if I want to get this done, I'm going to need a plan. Just a moment. You guys don't have any context. What is this app? What does it do? Let me tell you a story. I love journaling. I think it's one of the best ways to take care of yourself, and not just physically and emotionally, but to maintain creativity and curiosity. But I hate journaling apps. And there's a few great ones out there, don't get me wrong. Stoic and How We Feel are excellent examples. But I think it's more about how journaling as a practice was digitized. 9 out of 10 times, it's just a text box that you fill with words, but without the meaning and personality that is attached by actually writing it out. And then when they try to do more, there's these tags for emotions and activities that then they use to track your trends. My mood is 16% better than last week. What does that mean? Then there's a case which I think is more of my hear me out moment. I don't think that the prompts that apps give you are any good. Questions like, how do you feel compared to last week? Or remember a time that you felt similarly. I don't think it helps you get any deeper. Did I really learn something new about myself, or am I just doing homework for extra credit? Technology should either make things easier or better, but I don't think journaling should be easier in a way that it's more efficient. And making it better, I don't think adding more data and more tasks and chores onto it is actually getting us closer to knowing ourselves better, or just, enjoying it more. I think my journal should feel like it's me. It's not just a list of things that happened to me and the emotions that I felt, but it's the thinking about it and the story that I then kind of create and write for myself and then tell myself and others. That is the point of journaling. So whether I'm writing it or reading it, it should feel like a dialogue. Let me catch that. This is not a AI chatbot journal, but it is a social journal, kind of. Amulet is a journal where you express yourself first and then describe it later. In every entry, you create your amulet, which you can shape and mold into whatever you feel resonates with you. Anything from the angles to the colors. And I even added a little fidget spinner thing when you're feeling a little bit more dynamic. And then you describe it. Why is it pointy? Why is it that color? Why does it resonate with you? Or, just do your own thing and write down whatever happened that day. That's fine by me. I'm not your parents. By starting with the expression, you have to engage with yourself, where you are, how you feel, where you're coming from, and what you're going into, instead of jumping into trying to find the right word that, for me, sometimes doesn't even exist. Plus, it's just fun to play around with it and pretend and make that story up on why this is how you feel. Then there's the questions. Why this? Why that? That's the dialogue. The same way that you would try to express yourself to others. By the original plan, down the line, you'll be able to share your amulet with friends and family, and they'll be able to ask those questions. Don't worry, I wasn't actually implying that you would share your journal entry. That's way too private. The idea comes from so many different spiritual and therapeutic practices that I've been lucky enough to be able to try out and learn about. Symbol therapy, storytelling, art therapies. And honestly, I wish they were more popular. So yeah, I think it's time to make journaling better. Where were we? The plan. As I mentioned, I've been working on this for a year, so I'm not starting from scratch. So let's take a look at where I am first. I've already got the entry screen where you create your amulets, but I don't have a tutorial, and I also need an accessibility version that's easier to play around with. Oh, and the questions don't actually work yet. Then I have a home screen. I'm not really happy with this. It's kind of good enough, but I'll polish it. We'll get back to that. Then there's one of the most important ones. Then there's the journal screen. This needs a total redesign. I hate this. It's boring and it doesn't feel like it's mine. So then, considering what else there is, I need to add a settings menu because Apple's rules. And there's also way too many bugs to go through and list out right now. As for all the other features that I've been planning, I will just put those away for later and we will come back to them after launch. Looks like a solid enough plan to me. But then I'm not just building an app in 30 days, well, finishing it, but I'm launching it. So I'm going to have to understand marketing. I don't know anything about marketing. But my friend Reese does. Reese made the viral Touchgrass app that you may have already seen, and he's also a personal role model of mine for indie development. So my first question, how does marketing work with solo dev, and what's a marketing plan supposed to look like for it?
There is no plan. You've just got to post what you're doing, and if you're doing cool stuff, then people will see it. That's my strategy. It's not to have any sort of strategy. I know people on Twitter like to dedicate an hour a day to posting TikToks or something, but I just post when inspiration strikes.
Any advice for the next 30 days?
Do it. Just do it. You got this, Benji. You got this.
I love that guy. Reese also makes videos, so go check him out and give him some love. Okay, wait, stop the music. I don't have that much time for this. This is a lot. I have a full-time job. I'm doing a PhD. I can work on this in the evenings and weekends, maybe. I can't afford to lose that work over this. This is just a side project. Thing is, I've been pushing this for months now. I've had multiple launch dates from last summer to end of last year, and I keep pushing it over and over again. I've never even come close to getting to a launch. That feeling of being stuck on the last 10% of a project has been haunting me for not just the last year, but for every project that I've worked on before that and before that and before that. I don't want to be that guy anymore. Perfectionism sucks. I gave myself 30 days to finally be able to cross it off the list and to share it with people. With Amulet, I wanted to make something that I would want to use. That's my North Star. Finally, I present to you the outro song for today. I invite you to get off the platform, go stare at a ceiling, go stare at a wall, just listen to it. It got me to this point. Hopefully it'll spark some inspiration in you too. So without further ado, start the clock.